the Philly Popo, they're no longer going to be pulling people over for minor traffic stops that disproportionately affect black drivers. Several offenses, like improper display of registration, were classified under this new bill. Nearly 97% of police stops are for low-level violations. And Philadelphia is the first major U.S. city to ban such stops, according to the Philadelphia Inquirer. So, City Council passed the two bills that will create a public searchable database of traffic stops that bar police officers from pulling over drivers for low-level motor vehicle offenses that disproportionately impact black drivers. One of the bills amended the city's traffic code to reclassify 7 offenses, including broken taillights and improperly displayed registration stickers, as secondary violations. So if a driver commits a secondary violation, police officers will issue a citation by mail rather than pulling over the offender. So, as I mentioned, Philly's the first major U.S. city to ban such stops. This one individual said, "Too many people who look like me. A traffic stop is a rite of passage. We pick out cars, we determine routes, we plan our social interactions around the fact that it is likely that we will be pulled over by police. By removing the traffic stops that promote discrimination rather than public safety, City Council has made our streets safer and more equitable."
I think this is long overdue. All the "I stopped you because you had a tail light out," yet if I had a flat tire on the side of the road, you wouldn't stop to help me change it. All of the nuisance stops just to make it look like they're doing something when they really could be doing something more. Yeah, I'm glad they're doing this. Okay, now of course people will find a way to start doing more things behind it, but hey, goes with the territory. Look at South Philly.
That's true. It's a haven down there. It's a haven for a lot of stuff. Cortez, you think that this is going to be a major plus in bringing down a lot of police incidents that involve people of color?
Yeah, it definitely will. But at the same time, if you've been driving around with a broken tail light for the past 2 or 3 years, I mean, come on, that shit gotta get fixed.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, there comes a time, but I noticed that they realized that they're stopping more people of color. I'm glad that they stopped and said, "Hey, we're doing this. We need to somehow overhaul this or come up with something new, because we're stopping the same group of folk every time." And I think that they see that it was a mistake in the past. They do want to make it right, so I give them that. So this is probably gonna be good. This is definitely the olive branch that we need within Philly at this point.
All right, this sounds good. Well, Marcia, just to add a couple things here, the searchable traffic stop database has to be developed within a year, according to the bill, and include driver and officer information, demographic and geographic information, and the reason for each stop. And the POPO has 120 days for training and education before this is implemented. So, what do you think about this?
I think I have an unpopular opinion. I'm like, wait, what?
Really?
Because I feel like, like Chad said, like, dude, if your registration is not displayed right, that's your problem. I would have to look at the list, because I mean, if you're running the stoplight, you need to get stopped. I don't know. I'm not. I'm not for this one. I mean, I'm looking at things like driving while black. Yeah, don't do that. Don't stop somebody because this is not, a black person at a Tesla. I'm not even sure if a Tesla is the right car, but anyhow, I'm just not with that.
Wow. All right.
If a tail light's out, it's a safety violation. Yeah. So I'm gonna reserve my judgment until I hear more information.
Okay. All right. Well, right now it's in Mayor Kenny's desk, so this is definitely going to be signed into law. Well, we'll give you a brush or two of when that will happen. But you sounded like you were ready to say something, GPS, to kind of wrap this topic up.
I could be driving a Tesla, or I could be driving a Ford Focus, but if I have a headlight out, okay, fine, give me a warning ticket and send me on my way. But that shouldn't involve now, you trying to halfway arrest me, or put me inside a patrol car. Like, come the hell on. No.
All right. So,
tell me one headlight out, you can't see my car.
Yeah, that's a procedural issue. Then they need to work on how they handle these offenses, not stopping people at all. You know what I mean?
Well, what happens is they stop you for the light, or they stop you for the headlight, and then they say, "Oh, well, let me see your license and registration." and then they start looking for things instead of just checking to see
can I
the ballot. They want to see, oh wow,
let me interject
you had
here.
a ticket from 1997 that you never paid. Seriously?
Or while they're telling you to check for your license and registration, they throw a little a baggie in the back seat, maybe. Like that one tried to and got caught on camera.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So.
I mean, each city they own. I mean, I was up in Baltimore many years ago, and I was doing my graduate study. And I'm in a car with at that time she was my girlfriend before she became my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And it was. She was in a car. Yeah, she was in a car. My mom was in the car.
Oh man.
And I will never forget. We're driving out, and the cops in Baltimore, they stopped us because she didn't have her registration tag on. Because remember, at that time they were stealing people. They were like stealing off people's registration tags off the license. So she had in her wallet.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy in Baltimore still gave her a ticket. But what got me upset was it wasn't a routine stop. This cat rolled up with 3 other cars and like boxed us into the gas station.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Okay, I remember you telling me about this.
I told you that story.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I'm like, damn. And I asked the guy, I was like, is this regular protocol, man? It's like, it's 3 cars out here surrounding us. And he's like, oh, this is the norm. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's the norm. You know why it was the norm, Cortez?
Because it was Baltimore?
No, because you're black.
Because you're black. You are.
Yeah,
Baltimore is bad.
Because you're black.
Because you're black. Shout out to Danny Glover, Lethal Weapon 2.
I mean, I've been living in Philly. I never got stopped in Philly. Mm-hmm. Never got stopped by a cop or anything. Yeah. Jersey? Yeah, I got stopped by a cop up in Jersey.
Dude,
man.
I told you had to wait after that Super Bowl party. I told you to wait a little bit.
But I was not driving under the influence, man. That brother was trying to fill his quota, man, and he got me doing it. I should have went and protested, but I was like, nah, I don't want to go back up to Jersey dealing with this nonsense. But yeah, I think that they definitely need some empathy training as well as race relation training, because they keep making the same fucking mistakes. I forgive you if you make the mistake once, but if you keep making it over and over again, man, it's like, when will you learn?
Yeah, exactly.
When will you learn?
The old saying, fool me once, shame on thee. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me thrice, you're just a dumbass.